Abby Choi, a 28-year-old socialite and model from Hong Kong, was found murdered on February 24, 2023, 3 days after she was reported missing. Her headless body was found in a village in the Hong Kong neighborhood of Tai Po. According to reports, some of her body parts were cooked, while others were kept inside a refrigerator. Therefore, the case was classified as murder by the authorities. 6 people have reportedly been detained by the police as suspects in the murder of Choi: her former husband, her former parents-in-law, her former brother-in-law, her former father-in-law's alleged mistress, and a 41-year-old male. Investigations are still being made. After failing to pick up her daughter from school as usual, Choi was reported missing. She was last seen getting into the car being driven by her hired driver, who also happens to be her ex-brother-in-law. According to press releases from the police, the site also contained an electric saw and a meat slicer. According to news reports, Choi began her career as an influencer before expanding into mainstream media. She had more than 100,000 Instagram followers and was well known as a fashion star who could combine different items in ways that sparked trends. Elle, Harper's Bazaar, and Vogue were among the magazines she had been featured in, and she frequently visited Paris Fashion Week. Less than 2 weeks prior to her murder, Choi was on the cover of fashion and luxury lifestyle magazine L'Officiel Monaco. Choi, the oldest of 3 daughters, was raised in a wealthy family that ran a construction company with connections to companies in China. Her family's net worth was over HK $100 million, and she had a personal net worth of that amount as well. Co-founding the Palms charity organization, a group devoted to helping abandoned animals, was another act of philanthropy by Choi. On February 25, 2023, the police made their initial arrests of 3 suspects after discovering Choi's murder. One of them was Anthony Kwong Kong Kit, a former brother-in-law of Choi who served as her hired driver. The other 2 were the parents of the first suspect, who were both former parents-in-law of Choi before she divorced her first husband, Alex Kwong Kong Chi. When Choi was 18 years old, she married Alex Kwong. Over the course of their 3 years together, they had 2 children before deciding to divorce. Choi then married Chris Tam, whose father is the creator of the restaurant chain Tam Jai Yunnan Mixian, and they went on to have 2 more kids. After their separation, Choi remained close to her ex-husband and his family. Alex Kwong later became the 4th person to be immediately arrested after he made an unsuccessful attempt to escape Hong Kong by boat after police conducted a citywide manhunt with a reward of about HK $2 million. It was claimed that Choi's death was planned by her former father-in-law, Kwang Kao, a former policeman who had previously been accused of rape. The reason was believed to result from a financial disagreement, and it was thought that Choi had purchased a luxury home before transferring ownership of it to her former father-in-law. The luxurious home is in Kowloon Tong's Kadoorie Hill, one of the city's most famous addresses, and the home of some of the wealthiest residents.
The police discovered Choi's human head and parts of her ribs in a pot of boiled soup on February 26, 2023. Ng Chi-wing, 47, a mistress of Kwang Kao, was the 6th person the police detained in connection with the murder. Before Alex Kwong's alleged attempt to escape Hong Kong, she is reported to have helped in keeping Alex Kwong hidden. The search went on for the other missing hands, torso, and other body parts. The other missing body parts were searched for by more than 100 police officers. The missing hands and torso were now being looked for by the police in Ta Kwu Ling's Northeast New Territories landfill. To get more information needed to solve the crime, they are also actively questioning the residents. Alex Kwong, his brother, and his father were all charged with murder on February 27, 2023, while Alex Kwong's mother was accused of manipulating the evidence. All 4 suspects who had been charged criminally in court had their bail requests denied and would now be detained in custody while investigations were conducted. They are delayed until May 8, 2023. Ng Ji is currently free on bail despite being accused of helping a murder suspect. Furthermore, it was discovered that Alex Kwong was a suspect in 7 alleged theft cases that allegedly occurred for almost 10 years before Choi's murder and had once escaped while being expected in court in 2015. Kwong was therefore also accused in these cases in court. On March 2, 2023, a sixth suspect, a 41-year-old man with the last name Lam, was detained on suspicion of helping Kwong's boat escape from Hong Kong. Lam worked for a boat rental business.